What's going on, traders? Welcome to my stream. Today's Sunday, getting ready for another week. So far, been working between 9 a.m. till 10:30, 11 on Monday, and then each morning I wake up at 7 a.m. till about 10:30 or 11. So it's been pretty full, 4 hours, 2 hours each day, pretty strong, a lot of volatility. At one point, I traded like five stocks or six. Anyway, a couple of notes here. After as I discussed my week, a lot of tickers popped up in the pre-market. If you didn't take your stop loss, it would have been a red trade. And another stock, ASST, day two, and shorting day two leads generally to a 80% win. ASST, I think, just blew up and went to infinity, I think, which is very unheard of. So a couple of mistakes that I have done so far, I actually forced a trade. I think on Thursday I was having a headache, I think, and I think a couple of other trades. I actually shorted ASST and I got squeezed. And so those are like my two mistakes this week. I'm gonna go over my P&L for each day and reviewing how everything went. You can see this is Monday. This is grouped by date. This is May 5th, 2025. So a couple of things. So let's group it all by date. So this was Monday. GPOS came into my radar in the morning. I bought a couple times over here. Ended up going to 9 that day. So this was a huge win, $3 to $9, huge volatility on GPOS. And then Zcar, I think, and Zcar as well had a first green day bounce. I was trying to buy it around 10:20 or 10:50, 10:35. Came back. This was the first green day bounce. Ended up going from like 980 up to 13, so it ended up doing 30% from here to here. But I actually just got stopped out. So you can see here Zcar 150, GPOS. This is GPOS. I ended up buying as it made new highs and just sold it into a higher high, and I left a lot of money on the table. Moving on to Tuesday, you can see so that I take a screenshot at the end of the day of all the tickers that I traded that day, and I pretty much reviewed over the weekend, try to get myself better. JFBR, let's see, this is a Reb 360 to 378. You can see so that I was trying to buy it over here, stopped out, bought it here, stopped out, and eventually bought it here 360, and we ran to 420 before selling off. That was a Reb. Actually, I lost on a Reb. No, I actually made 300 on a Reb. Then you got Foxo here. Foxo has a VWAP reclaim. I buy, I make a new high, and then I sell. I ended up making 15% on this one. I don't know, 10% on this one. Foxo ended up being $800 winner, so I ended up making it pretty good. We hit it like multiple times, 2,000, 3,000 shares, and took advantage of that opportunity. You have KTTA as well. KTTA, on Tuesday, we had a VWAP reclaim over here. I bought it with a VWAP risk. We ended up going to 380. I ended up selling $3, and I even chased some at 325 and sold 345 up until we had a freaking crazy ass offering, but I wasn't there. So Tuesday was good, Monday was good. This is where it gets a little bit trickier on Wednesday. On Wednesday, you can see so here that we had a VWAP reclaim 85, hit 95 before I got stopped out for flat. ZVCA. So in the morning, I got stopped multiple times for flat. Even HEPA, I was buying 44, got stopped out on HEPA. And then TOVX again, I was buying as it broke this uptrend wedge pattern. I was buying the breakout, then got stopped out, and then it had a liquidation here. So in the morning, you can see that I also traded 4 tickers in the morning, and most of them were pop and drops. And I got stopped out. That's the correct thing to do. But it was a little bit of a headache because you can see four tickers just selling off. So, so on Wednesday, it only happened like after the market opened. We had a huge move here. GPOS broke yesterday's high of 625. I bought it at 630. It hit $8. I cashed out way too soon because I'm trying to make back my loss. So GPOS ended up making a huge, pretty much a 2K win. And then you have ASST, which I made the most amount of money. ASST came about right about here. I think I was buying into VWAP multiple times because it had humongous volume, 1.8 million, and this stock was pretty much was linked to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin went to like 30, 40,000, or I don't know, like 80, 90, 100,000 or whatever. This was theme related. So every time I made a new high, I bought it, 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 and I pretty much left, and then it ended up hitting $4. And to tell you the truth, it ended up hitting $10. This is the biggest gain on Wednesday. Um, so on Thursday, things got a little bit hard. You can see so here that I tried to trade GPOS over here as I actually bought it here as it broke yesterday's high or all-time high. I chased it, got stopped out, bought it again, made money, which was good. And then you have Jay-Z here. This was a stupid trade but I made money. I bought the $2 break, $2 bounce, sold to 20 VWAP reclaim. I bought it at 155, sold it at 180. So I ended up making some money on Jay-Z, but it was a lot of risk here. Because only I made 10% two times on 2,000 shares, so it ended up being a high risk trade. I had V also here. V was actually I bought the VWAP bounce over here, but the VWAP bounce it ended up hitting $9. This was ridiculous. Just in the middle of the day, we had huge volume up to $9. Then you had NVAX here. I think there was a trader that lost money on a ticker that had an offering. Like I say, if I sold, your mission is not to hold on to these tickers. If you get stopped out, winging is not a thing. So I was trying to force trades here. I saw NVAX, which was not part of my playbook. We had an earnings winner. The earnings winner was I think NVAX, and the flow was like 130 million. So I don't know. I was feeling the pain for some of our traders, just holding some of the tickers that I got stopped out in, and at any time they can have an offering on you, and you can't marry it. It's just a trading vehicle. So NVAX, I bought the over here the downtrend break, which was not part of my setup. Got stopped out. I really felt NVAX was gonna go because it had good offerings, but the flow was too high, so I pretty much took a flat trade. And actually, I should never have traded NVAX. Sometimes people trade tickers in the chat room and they do their own thing and they lose money and they're like, "What the hell am I supposed to do?" If you get stopped out, leave. And this is my fault for trying to trade something that was not in my playbook. Moving on to Friday. Friday was a good day. We had WeBuy here. WeBuy made 10% here, 10% here. Bought it again as it made a new high. 2022 hit 28. Very nice liquidity in WeBuy out of the pre-market. Then you had NVVE. NVV came up here a couple times. I bought it a couple times. I didn't think it was going to hit 360. We had two tickers that did really nice volume, which was WeBuy and NVVE. And then we had some pre-market runners here. The pre-market runners were SRXH. I was buying at this uptrend wedge pattern formation. You can see we had 60 cents up to 140 in the pre-market, and I ended up trading some of that. And then, it went up so high, I tried to buy the VWAP bounce. But, don't try to buy the VWAP bounce after the stock already doubled because it's going to liquidate. Buy it as it goes up 10, 20%, and then buy the VWAP bounce. I kind of messed up on SRXH. That was a stupid trade. And then you had Naito. Naito, I just bought it as it popped up because I saw the daily breakout. Lost on a 45, sold at 50, and then you made a higher high of 52, and then I sold it at 54. That was a good trade. I actually sized up in that one. Then you had CETA here. CETA, I bought it as it made a new high and then got stopped out on this candle, so lost like 10 cents. That's about it. Those are like the tickers of today. Those are Friday. And the thing about trading is that you can see so that ASST, um, Second. You can see that ASST was the ticker that actually pretty much squeezed a lot of shorts. ASST usually, is it ASST? I'm sorry, I don't remember the ticker. Is something with an A. Like the ticker from ASST. That's the ticker. Hold on, let me see if it's ASST. Okay, I mistyped it. You can see so here that ASST was a ticker that actually still alive. This is the ticker that I initially shorted around. This is my big mistake of the week because I tried to short some 5 and I tried to short some 6-ish and I just wasn't able to, cut the loss. So eventually I got stopped out in the 7th. This was like, I think, my big loss of the week. Just because usually most of the time, day twos are good shorts because they have an 80% win rate. And sadly, this ticker actually blew a lot of shorts out. I mean, this stock is coming from 60 cents and is at $10 and it's still going. It's very odd because they don't really go that much. And it was just amazing to see this one run. Hopefully you traded this one better than me because this was my big mistake to not cut my loss. Initially, I was short day two into the fives. Then I added at 640. I ended up being almost in the gain, and out of the blue over here, we just had a halt up, and then we broke sevens, and then we ran to freaking tens. It was, I don't know, I never seen something like this before. So just because the data says short day two does not mean um day two is gonna pretty much work. As of right now, we're giving away of you know first first month is 60% off. So if you join me as of right now, make sure you right here go to the subscribe, and your first month's actually discounted for $75. You save, I think, around, I don't know, 60% your first month, and then pretty much month to month. So if you want to get into it while the sale is active. Other than that, I'll just be busy trading and being in my own private Discord chat, which I talk on a mic like this, and I also stream in I don't know 4K, 60 frames per second, and the Discord chat is actually has less than 1 second lag. So other than that, see you all later, and I hope you guys are green, and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace out.